Ozymandias. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal appear these words, My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away." And then originally, nothing beside remains is the underlined portion. So let's just underline that right now. Perfect. Which choice best describes the function of this underlined portion? Okay, so we need to see what the poem is actually about. So the inscription on the statue of Ozymandias says, let me highlight it, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, in despair." So this is an arrogant inscription. Ozymandias is claiming to be extremely powerful, and he expects that others will look at his works and feel extremely overwhelmed. But right after that, we have the underlined portion. Nothing besides remains. So this is irony. The king claimed to have great works, but now there's nothing left except ruins and empty desert. This undercuts his boastful line, and it tells us that even great political power and displays of it can disappear over time. So that's what the poem is mainly saying. So now let's look at A. It indicates that nothing could attain the same power or superiority held by the king. So this is the opposite of what the poem is saying. The poem isn't saying that the king's power is eternal and unmatchable. It's really showing that his power has decayed over time and that nothing he boasts about matters anymore. So let's look at B. It suggests that the kingdom left the region to spread to more areas and gain more power. So there's no evidence for this. The poem is not showing that the kingdom expanded, it's rather showing that the kingdom fell, because everything is ruined and laying in dust and sand. C. It identifies that the rulers of the past continue to be memorialized long after their reign. So this may be tempting because the statue still exists, but what's important to notice is that the statue is shattered. So the poem is really not emphasizing the memory of the great king Ozymandias, it's actually emphasizing the decay, and it's poking fun at his boastfulness and the fact that he has decayed over time, and his statue is now just laying in sand rather than at the heart of a great kingdom. D. It reveals that all power is temporary and subjected to the destructive nature of time. So this matches the function of the line exactly. Nothing beside remains shows that the kingdom's power, the works, and the empire have all been destroyed by time. So D will be our right answer. The strategy here is to notice the contrast. The inscription on the statue claims permanent greatness, but the underlined line reveals emptiness and decay. This really tells us that the larger message is that human power does not last forever.